Welcome to Networking Working, the podcast where real business stories meet meaningful connections. Brought to you by Business Matching UK, the UK's first business matching membership service with a business opportunity guarantee. Whether you're building something new, scaling something established, or just exploring smarter ways to move your business forward, you are in the right place.
Welcome back to Networking Working. In this episode, we'll explore the core values behind BMUK. Welcome back, Paul.
Hiya.
Could you talk a little bit about the heart, ethos and soul of BMUK?
Can't be doing with being involved in things that don't do what it says on the tin. I get turned off very quickly if I suspect that it's not really what they've portrayed it to be. So for me, business matching is what it is. If people join the group, pay for 6 months, they can pay up front or monthly, there's no hidden costs, they see what it is, and it's business matching. People say, well, what's that? And as I've said in the last episode, we either provide you with resource, business opportunities themselves, and most importantly, powerful partnerships.
Yeah.
So if I thought that we were saying we could do that and we didn't do it, it's probably one of my most uncomfortable things in life. People not doing what they say they're going to do, because my dad was the same. Another thing is being late, but not doing what you said you would do is the worst thing. Ask me children and ask me grandchildren, and they'll tell you they promise to do something, they must do it, or contact you in plenty of time and say, I'm sorry, I can't do that, and tell you what they're going to do instead. So, right at the heart of this, some people, years ago in the army, one of the favourite programmes we always watched was Hill Street Blues. Most of you are too young to know what the heck that is, but it's about a New York police department, and the commissioner in charge of that precinct is called Frank Farillo. And in the army, the lads used to call me Frank, because I wouldn't tell a lie, I wouldn't do what I wouldn't say I would do, and I would never let them down. And now all my family and friends will tell you, if Paul's 5 minutes late, there's something wrong. If Paul hasn't done what he said he would do, he probably won't have forgotten. There'll be a reason. And he's probably forgot to tell you the reason, but there'll be a reason. So it's really, really, really important to me. I would rather this fail than be caught out not doing what we promised we would do. And you can only go so far in honesty, because we're all human and we make mistakes. But I don't tell lies. I don't say we're going to do things we don't. And the reason why I know this will work is because I've got Phil Pugh with me. And for what he did 6 years ago, with another gentleman for charity, which he'll tell you about, was quite something. So somebody who does something like that, which is, there's a book written about him, there's somebody to do that, you know, he's got your back. People say, oh, I've got your back. They haven't really. The military people have, because that's important to us. What we used to call non-military people, civvies. And civvies divide into two. The ones who say they'll do something and don't, and the ones who say they'll do it and will. And if you can work out in life and surround yourself by doers, then you'll get a lot further faster. So to me, the ethics of this is important, that it really is different at a different level, reshaping the culture of business membership groups in this country, helping the businesses, the SMEs especially, in tough times where they want an ROI for the money many of them are struggling to make and keep, but most of all, fulfill the guarantee and hand out as many of those checks to charity with a PR story as we have to. Frankly, I'd rather do none. But it would be nice to do one and just say, look, we did do that. We said we'd do that, and we did do that. Wouldn't it be nice to have a 100% record? But we'll see.
Absolutely. BMUK has such a strong focus on trust, community, and a no hard sell environment, which I absolutely love. Can you share where those values have come from?
My upbringing, Phil's upbringing, our discipline. I'm ex-military and he's not, but he was a professional sportsman. And both of us have got someone special who we're doing this for, apart from our wives and best friends. Phil will tell you all about Tom. He's a real character. Michael, he's 60. He's 2 in his mind. He's Down syndrome. They said he wouldn't live beyond 20. So that's where my heart goes and my ethics go. Michael's taken care of by the state very well, because my mum had a nervous breakdown. I was in the army and there was no choice. But that taught me about really, really taking care of someone. So the apple of my eye now is my 14-year-old ADHD suffering grandson, who's boxing, football, living with us for the 6 weeks holidays for our sins. He's out playing football now, who doesn't really need to try at school because apparently, as long as he gets maths, English and business studies, he's going to work with Phil and Grandad. So I haven't told Phil yet. No, I have. I mentioned it to him. So really where all this comes from is that Phil and I are doing it to make sure that Oliver and Tom's futures are secure in a very insecure world. We'll do the family trusts. We'll do things right. But where our heart really go to, it's not formed yet as a company. Before the end of the year, we're forming a separate company, which will own 50/50, which is the BMUK Academy. And in the Academy, we'll help charities, startup businesses, and most importantly, businesses who are struggling. Sometimes people don't need someone to give them money. They need to give them help. And conversely, some people think, well, I'll give you some advice. If you can't make the money, there's something wrong with you. But sometimes they need a bit of help in both sides. And Phil's got some great ideas. And he is the director of the Academy. I'm his assistant. As Phil says, you can only have one leader in each area. Otherwise, you're running by committee. And each army needs a general. The point being that you need one leader in each area, and the Academy's Phil. So really, the ethics of all this, that's where it's come from, and that's where it's going to.
This episode of Networking Working is brought to you by Business Matching UK, the UK's first business matching membership service with a business opportunity guarantee. If you're tired of turning up to networking events that lead nowhere, BMUK guarantees to offer something different. Structured, supported, and strategically driven business development, designed to connect the right people in the right way at the right time. With a blend of face-to-face and online meetings, plus 7 unique mechanisms, BMUK guarantees real business opportunities, and that guarantee is the cornerstone of what makes us different. Stop chasing leads and referrals. Start matching with meaningful opportunities. Register your interest today at www.business-matching.co.uk. Business Matching UK. Matching ambition with opportunity.
The community side of BMUK is quite interesting as well. You've got a couple of different ways that people interact and assist each other. How did you decide which elements to include when you were building the model?
Well, from 50 years experience between us, I decided last year when I built the North East group myself, and Phil was a member, very much a right-hand man member, I must add, we decided we don't want serial networkers. We want people who are there for the long term, even though I'm contradicting myself because the membership's only 6 months. But with an 83% retention rate after 15 months, and they've had plenty of chance to escape, you can see they don't really want to because they can see how hard we're working to do something a bit different at a different level they benefit from. So it's a great community spirit's come together. There's sector groups, which are voluntary. We give them a bit of guidance and framework. They've met the day. We're not there. In each group, out of the 100 members in each city, we've got one charity and one hospitality. So the charity in Manchester's Speed of Sight. The hotel in Leeds is the Village Hotel. The hotel in Newcastle is the Angel View, where we have our meetings, of course, next to the Angel of the North. And the charity in the North East from the start is NE Youth, helps young people. So there's two parts to the community. So the ones today could have gone where they wanted for a cup of coffee, but to help their members, we've gone to the members' hotel to give them some business and to have the meeting there, which I think is fantastic. But the last thing to say is out of the community element is the charity. We've only got room for one charity. Phil's helped me with it to a degree, and when it gets the digital side, it'll be over to Phil. But I've developed a charity model, and we're right in the middle of it. We just launched it in Manchester. If you look on their website, they've got their own corporate sponsors club called the Inspire Club that we've joined at. So we want to give the Inspire Club members 130 businesses who help this charity. I've done for 12 years. Fantastic. In which case, they help the charity. But what do they get back? People go, what do you mean you're helping the charity? They've got no money. They can't give you money. No. But what could they give you back in appreciation? There's tangible benefit to you as a business and to your staff who do volunteer days. What recognition or appreciation do you get back that's tangible and worth something? Nothing. Well, that's the model we built. That's what we're doing. So the charity never give a penny back, but they give benefits back. And there's a menu of benefits. It's getting longer. So if that works, sounds a bit cliche now. I've already said a few times we're trying to change the culture of business memberships in the UK. We're also trying to change the culture for the charities in our groups, in their relationship with their corporate sponsors. Why? Because businesses are struggling. And if you nominated 2 or 3 charities of the year you're helping, and times get tougher than they are, which they might well do, you're going to pull back and say, oh, we'll just stick with one charity. Which one are you going to stick with? The one that appreciates you and gives you something tangible, or the others that just take your money? I don't mean that negatively. Some of them can't be grateful enough. Others just take your money, tell you off if you don't get it in on time, throw a T-shirt at you, and that's it. And you get some letter saying thank you. But it's typed out, and it's not personal. I don't feel appreciated. So that's where I got the idea from for that. So our ethics are all wrapped up in community, SME and business community, collaboration, and the charity model. We don't mind sharing it with other charities and helping them, but we've got to take care of our member charities first, because they are our member charities. Our members sponsor them, so they don't pay. And we only charge them 50%. Can't be much further than that. So we have to charge them something.
Yeah.
But the charities themselves, we don't want their money. And we want to help them properly.
It's very personal, your approach to BMUK and all of the work in the background. And I think that's the one thing that always comes back and resonates with people, is how personal you are with their journey and what you want them to get out of the experience.
It actually matters. Yeah. I'm the man at the front. I'm the sales director. I'm the founder. But I do get on my soapbox a bit. I want it to be right. I want this to work for people.
Yeah.
I want them to say, you've done what you said you would do. Because it would bother me greatly if I thought that we hadn't.
As we've spoken many times before about the groups, there's only limited spaces, and you've also politely requested a few people to leave. So that goes to show it's about it being the right members for the groups.
Well, we're a business. We want to make profit. But if we concentrate on getting the model right, when people want to join the group before it even gets to their town or city and the pre-register, the franchisee will get their money back almost immediately, if not overnight, and the members will get benefits straight away. Everybody wins. But we need to earn the right for people to be excited enough. Because when the Beatles went to the Cavern in 1963, no one was bothered. By 1967, they were sold out 6 months in advance. We want to get to that point where the cities are pre-filled before we get there, because they know it does what it says on the tin. It's fairly priced. It's only 6 months. And I defy anybody to find any hidden costs. There's no hidden costs at all. I want people to come to BMUK with a single-minded determination to follow the 14-point plan. And if they do that, they'll get the return on investment and the profit, and they won't want to leave. We've got a waiting list in Newcastle. People say, have you got that? You've only got 81 members out of the 100 places. I said, because the occupations that are most popular are filled by people who are happy. And unless we open another group, they're not going to get in. We might end up, because they're tending to be towns and cities, we might end up, if you know the geography of the North East, with Newcastle, Sunderland, Durham, Middlesbrough, Darlington. I'm a Stockton lad, so we might end up with 5. But that's up to the franchisees. That's not us. But Newcastle, with the North East, Leeds and Manchester will always be ours. People will get what they get, but they don't ask about ROI. They hope to make ROI. And what they're really saying to me is, can you convince me? How much is it? So I tell them, and they say, well, the ROI, is there a good chance I'll make that? And I say, well, if you follow the model and you convert any of the business opportunities, you should do, but you'll know what your ROI is. You just want someone to give you opportunities. Well, we are saying we'll do that, and we'll guarantee you. No one's ever done that before. This is so massively different that I can't accentuate it enough. And yet people think I'm being melodramatic and that it's something much bigger or different, but it is really. And the perfect storm we're in with the economy, it's the right time to get people an ROI, prove it, So we won't have a problem doing franchising or growing or doing anything. Phil just needs to do his digital model so it operates efficiently because it already works manually. Can't do the whole of the UK manual. So that's why Phil Pugh is so important.
It's a very exciting time. I feel very lucky to be on this journey with you and to be able
Thank
to
you.
document.
Oh, you're more than welcome. But you saw it, you see. You saw it and had the courage to think, I'll go with that. So that's why I need to do a podcast. Everyone's convinced me. Because I know people can't see me, but if they want to see a video of me, God forbid, then it's available. But really what they want to know is who's behind the model? Who's Phil Pugh? What's the book they've written about Phil Pugh? Who's Paul Lawton? What's the book he's writing that starts in the bankruptcy court? Page 1. You know, who are these people? Why are they doing something so different?
Yeah.
But I can't thank the person who I know enough for in 12 solid months going to 113 different network / online / business membership organizational events. And you can count on one hand the ones he's joined. And you've got to ask why. Out of 113, why have you joined less than 5, including us? Why have you picked us? I would think you would have a good idea. So people say, do I need to go to the meeting every week to drive there? I said, no, every 6 weeks. Oh, that seems a long time apart. I said, but if you're on Zoom with them after 3 weeks and you're working with them every day on other platforms, you don't need to see them more than 6 weeks. But people put it in the diary. All the members have got every date for every meeting till Christmas, including the mince pie evening. That's the only evening event we have every year, the mince pies. All the others are in the morning. And they're at 9:30. They'll either 10:30 on Zoom or 11 o'clock face to face. So you don't need to get up at crack of dawn in the snow of January and go somewhere early. You don't need to have your day interrupted by a midday meeting. You can finish with us at 11 and go and get on with your day. And you don't need to pretend you're coming to an evening event where the dropout rate's horrendous. Because on a nice sunny evening, imagine this was a Tuesday, Wednesday night, beautiful sunny evening. You might go to an event, but you might just go meet your family and friends and go to the pub.
Yeah.
But this is business. This is serious. It's not so serious we don't have a good laugh. We do. But work first, play later, but the collaboration's the key. And the business matching enhances that.
Fantastic. Well, we've got a lot more to speak about over the next coming episodes. And the next one, we're going to delve into the PLMS to BMUK rebrand. So a huge section of history there for you, Paul.
You can't call a group after yourself nationally. That's arrogant. So yes, so it was named after me to prove I was taking responsibility. And now it's Phil and I. It's Business Matching UK. It's for the whole country and it's from both of us.
Exciting times. Thank you very much again for your time today, Paul, and we'll speak to you again very soon.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone.
If today's episode gave you fresh insight, a practical takeaway, or simply something to think about, hit follow, leave us a rating or review, and share the episode with someone else navigating the same landscape. Networking Working is powered by Business Matching UK, a movement changing the way businesses connect, collaborate, and grow. If you're ready to take a more strategic, supported approach to your business development, one that's built on strategy, not chance, then BMUK is what you didn't know you needed. Visit www.business-matching.co.uk to explore more and register your interest.
The information in this podcast is for general guidance and entertainment purposes only. The Networking Working podcast shares ideas and experiences to inspire and inform, and we believe they can be valuable, but they may only reflect part of your own business journey. We always recommend seeking independent advice and using your own judgment to decide what's right for your business. We encourage you to do your own research before making any decisions. The opinions in this episode are our own and those of our guests, and we do our best to ensure the content is accurate and relevant at the time of recording. If you have any questions or would like to continue the conversation, you can reach us at info@business-matching.co.uk. Thank you for listening.